Hello everyone. Now in this video once again we'll see how to draw the orthographic projections of a hexagonal prism when it is resting on vertical plane with its corner, and also the axis is inclined at one case is 30 degrees to VP and another case is 75 degrees to VP, so that in this video you will see clearly if the change in the axis inclination how the views will be. As already in the previous three videos we discussed the orthographic projections of hexagonal prism only, but it is resting on HP with its edge, resting on HP with its corner, resting on VP with its edge, but in this case resting on VP with its corner. Okay, so always the projections of a hexagonal prism, when the axis is inclined to one plane, it will have two stages, stage 1 and stage 2. So stage 2 will be the inclined case, stage 1 will be the normal case. What is that normal? So when the hexagonal prism is resting on VP with its base, that is the stage 1. When the hexagonal prism resting on VP with its base, the front view will be the true shape of the polygon and the top view will be the rectangle. So in the previous video we discussed this one when it is resting on the edge, because there are 2 points here, but when it is resting on VP we are going to consider only one point, that is resting on corner. So let us draw the front view as a true shape of the polygon. From the true shape we can construct the top view in the stage 1. Okay, let's go to that. Now polygon, number of sides 6, edge method. Okay, the side is 30. Okay, now text, specify start point. Okay, we'll see the notations. This one will be the A dash, because this is the front base, that's why B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F dash. So this is the front base, so which is clearly visible to our eyesight, that's why I marked the notations outside of that one. Whereas the back base, which is invisible to our eyesight when we view from this direction, so this is invisible, that's why I am going to mark it as inside with invisible portion. 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash. Perfect. We finished the, okay, let us keep the properly. Good. Okay, now we constructed the stage 1 front view perfectly. So with this front view we will construct the top view. As already you know that when you see from the top it looks like a rectangle. I am just drawing the projectors. Okay, switch on the ortho please. From here to here. Why, what happened? Okay, and from here, this is the center line, that is axis of the solid projector. So axis of the solid is height is 100 mm, height of the solid. So let's see now, when you see from the top this one, the edge B2 is clearly visible, 3C is visible, 4D is visible, 5E is visible. Only two edges are invisible, that is A1 and F6, and these two are overlapping with these two visible lines. Already you know that we will give in priority to the visible line. So when you see from the top, 4 edges are clearly visible. The same I am going to do 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E. Yeah, first let us draw all the edges 100. Okay, now this is the front base and the one what I am drawing is the back base. Perfect. Okay, as already I said that first we'll give the notations. We'll come to know. First we'll give the notations for the this one. This is B and this one is C of A and this one will be the D of F and this is the E. This is the front view notation, sorry, top view notations of the front base. And coming to here, this is 2 and this is 3 of 1 and this one will be the 4 of 6 and this one will be the 5. Perfect. Select all this one, this. Okay, we'll give 0.35. Perfect. As already I said that when you see from the top, 2B is visible, 3C is visible, 4D is visible, 5E is visible. So all these are visible lines. But what about this line? This corresponds to the axis of the solid. So it should not be the continuous line. It should be treated as center line. Perfect. Now this is a perfect stage 1 view. Now we will go for the inclination case. That is, axis is inclined to VP at an angle 30 degrees one case and another case is 75 degrees. But the resting point is the corner. So you can see this is the front view, sorry, front base, and the back base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in this tutorial, we are going to consider the resting corner as 2. Resting corner as 2 for the first case, inclined at 30 degrees to VP. You know that whenever this prism, because I am considering the 2 is the resting corner, whenever I am taking this one, this prism will incline towards this direction. It turns to this direction. Whenever it turns to this direction, we can see D4 is clearly visible, E5 is clearly visible, 6F is clearly visible when you see from this side. When I am taking the resting corner 2 and when you see from this one, you can see D4 is clearly visible, E5 is visible, 6F is visible. Okay. What I am going to do is that I am just selecting this one. Yeah, Control C, Control V. First 30 degrees to VP I am taking. Rotate, enter. So axis is inclined. That's why I am taking the axis as this point as a base point. I want 30 degrees. So that's why I am giving 60 degrees to VP. So it turns like this. Okay, Control Z. I'll give minus 60. Rotate. Minus 60, which turns in the anti-clockwise direction. Move resting on corner 2 as I said. Perfect. Let us check whether it is correct or not. We asked for 30 degrees to VP. Perfect. The axis is inclined at 30 degrees to VP and now the prism is resting on corner 2. The prism is resting on corner 2. Very good. Okay. Now let's draw the final front view. So for that purpose, I am drawing the vertical projectors of the front base. I am drawing all the vertical projectors of the front base. Now I am drawing the vertical projectors of the back base or rear base. Okay, all the vertical projectors got finished, and now it's time to draw the horizontal projectors completed. We'll remove the unwanted portion. TR, enter, enter. Perfect. Yeah, let's go for the front view notations. M text. Okay, A1 dash, let it be subscript. Okay, good. First we'll get back the command line. By default it will be there. Just before, for the previous video, I closed it. Okay, select this one, copy, enter, mode, multiple. Okay, specify base point. Now let's mark or switch off the ortho for placing perfectly. Okay, okay, this one, this one, this one, this one, the same here also, here, 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 here. Okay, good. Now we'll change this one. So now this projector belongs to the B and this projector belongs to the BE. Common point is B. So B1 dash. This projector belongs to CA and this projector belongs to AF. So the common point is A. Similarly, you can do this ABC, D. This projector, as I said, belongs to BE and this one belongs to E. So common point is E. And this one is F. Perfect. Let's go for the back base. And this is 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash. Perfect. As already we discussed in the previous videos, when the axis is inclined to VP, if you observe, always the front face will be clearly visible. You can see that whenever it is resting on B and the prism is rotating in this direction, towards this direction, the front base is clearly visible. So that's why this is the front base. I am going to take the polyline command. A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, F to A, which is clearly visible front base. Perfect. Okay, now first of all we'll draw the lines here, then we'll check it out. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 1. I use the command line instead of polyline. Yeah, I completed just drawing all the lines of the edges. Okay, now let's see. Whenever this prism tilted towards this direction, resting on corner 2 and tilted towards this direction, we can say that D4 is clearly visible, E5 is visible, F6 is visible, whereas this 3C is invisible, 2B is invisible, 1A is invisible. If you observe carefully, this invisible line is overlapping with the visible line. This invisible line is overlapping with this visible line. This invisible line is overlapping with this visible line. So 3 invisible lines are overlapping with 3 visible lines. As you know that the highest priority is given to the visible line. So I am drawing D4, E5, F6. Okay, sorry. First I discussed about the edges. Now let us see about the base. Whenever it's tilted, we can see that only 2 edges are clearly visible in the back base, that is 4, 5 and 5, 6. When this one tilted to this direction, 4, 5 and 5, 6 edges are visible. Remaining 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1 are invisible to our eyesight. So that's why what I am going to do is that just I am giving visible, and you can see that these 3, 4, 2, 1 all these are invisible. So that's why I'm giving 0.25 and also the dashed 2 line, invisible portion. That's why. Perfect. You can get it here so that you can see clearly the picture. Perfect. Now we completed the base part. As I said previous, D4, E5, F6 are clearly visible. Okay. Now let's go for this one. See here D4, which is just merging the 3, 4 invisible line. So D4 visible line is overlapping with the hidden line. So we are taking the visible line. D4, E5, F6. 3 visible lines. Perfect. Now C3 is invisible, B2 is invisible, A1 is invisible. If you draw the A1 invisible, which overlaps with the F6, so there is no need to draw because we will consider the visible line only. Now the same will apply for here also. C3 is invisible whereas D4 is visible. It will go backside to this one, so no need to draw the hidden line because already visibility line is here. Only part is that B2 from here to here, but already from, you can see, but already from here to here visible line is here, so no need of going to that extent. Just from here to here, this is the only invisible part we can see, dashed 2. And you can ask me, sir, what about the axis of the solid? As you know guys, here E5 is visible, axis line is there, B2 is there, so these 3 are overlapping. So we are going to consider only the visible and some part of invisible line. There is no chance of drawing the axis line here. That's it. So this is the stage 1. Stage 1 we completed because stage 1 is this one, sorry, this is the stage 1 and stage 2, and this is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. Okay, now I gave one more thing, that is inclined at 75 degrees to VP. How it looks like? So using this one I am going to draw this side. So when I am drawing this side, the resting corner will be now 5. The resting corner will be 5. In this case the resting corner is 2, but now for this case the resting corner will be the 5. So for that purpose again I am copying everything. Control C, Control V. Okay. Rotate, enter. I want 75 degrees, so that's why I am giving only the 25 degrees. DAN. Oh sorry, I need to give 15 now. Rotate this one 15 degrees. DAN. Perfect. 75 degrees to VP. You know that resting corner is 5, so it should be on the reference line. Good. Now let's see how to draw the projections for the final front view when it is inclined at 75. Switch on the ortho, the vertical projectors. Here somewhat high clumsiness will be there because of 75 degrees inclination. Okay, let's draw the horizontal projectors. TR double enter. Unwanted portion. Okay, M text, already M text is here. Okay, I'll go with 4 because it will be very difficult to keep these projections also. So okay, copy, mode, multiple, switch off the ortho, point is this one. Okay, done. Now this is 1 point, this is 1 point, this is 1 point, here, here, here. First we will finish this one, next we will go to the back base. So this one belongs to the A and this one B1 dash, C, D1 dash, E1 dash, F1 dash. Good. So you know that whenever the axis is inclined to VP and this, the front base will be clearly visible. There is no hidden part in the front base. So take the polyline A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, F to A. Good. Now we completed the front base. It's time to draw the back base. So for that purpose, again I am taking the vertical projectors of this base. Switch on the ortho. Suppose while drawing, if you are getting confusion, just select only these backside projectors. You can change to any color so that you can avoid the confusion. Later you can change it to normal. Okay, now again copy, mode, multiple, yes. Now switch off the ortho. this is one, this one, this one, sorry, actually it will be this one, this one, this one, okay, this is the axis one, we should not keep here, delete it. So you know that this is 1 back base, 1 1 dash, 2 1 dash, 3 4 5 1 dash, 6 1 dash. Good. So now perfectly we completed the back base notations also. You can see guys, whenever it is tilting with this one and towards this direction, you know that BCA, only these 3 edges are visible. CB and BA, 2, not the 3, sorry. CB and BA are visible, and remaining all these edges are invisible to our eyesight. When it is resting on corner 5 and when it tilt like this, CB and BA are visible. As I said, if you see that, consider the axis. If you consider this axis, you can see CB and BA. Our backside we are considering now, so that is 2 3 and 2 1. Only the 2 3 and 2 1. That is, which is far away from the reference line. If you consider the back base points, this is the axis and this is the reference line. This is to this side, far away from the reference line. 2 3 1 are visible. So now I can say that only so 2 and 3 are the only visible lines. And coming to 3 4, 4 5, 5 6, 6 1 are invisible. So to avoid the confusion, I am just dragging it here. Perfect. So you can see guys, the front base is clearly visible. In the back base, only the 2 3, 3 1 is visible, because you can see guys, which are far away from the reference line and to this part of axis. So that's why, which is nearer to the reference line and this side of the axis, 4 6 5 are invisible. So 4 5 6 and these 3 4 are 4 1 6 also invisible. Now it's time to draw the edges. Already we completed the bases. So now if you see, when it tilts like this, you know that B2 is clearly visible, C3 is visible, A1 is visible. C3, B2, A1. Again I am saying, see this part, half of the axis part, which is very clearly visible to our eyesight, to this side, far away from the reference line, B2, C3, A1 are clearly visible. So that's why what I am going to do, take B2 as clearly visible, line, B2, 3, C is visible, 1, A is visible. Perfect. Now the other three edges are invisible. What are those? Which are to this side of axis, that is D4, F6, 5E are invisible. So D4 is invisible, but already visible line is there which overlaps, no need to draw. Already F6 also invisible, but already visible line is there which overlaps, we don't consider. Now only the invisible line is 5 and E. Take the line 5 and E. This is the only invisible edge, not the visible. Perfect. Now what about the axis of the solid? Axis. So this is the center part line. Okay, we'll draw the, just we'll extend the projector till here, from this center to see here, this is the axis part, from here to so this is the axis of the solid. So with this we completed perfectly the projection. So I hope all of you understood the difference between the when the axis is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees and 75 degrees. See how the views got changed. DAL will give the dimensions. It's must and should, don't forget. Height of the solid. That's it guys. Wish you all the best.